Green Bay recovers.
When you talk about the attitude that's necessary as far as an offensive team goes, watch how long the Packer blockers stay on the Jet defenders. There's very little reaction time. The Jets aren't getting off when they need to get off, and that fumble was not the case of a hit. Edgar Bennett went to jump and just didn't take the ball with him when he jumps. Watch, alley-oop, see you later. Knee hits the ball goes out, and he gets lucky because the ball got kicked back into his arms.
And they're spotted at the 12-yard line, so it is 3rd down and 1. I'm going to reset the clock. And 50 seconds and counting. Time remaining. We're in the first period with now Darrell Thompson and Edgar Bennett, the 2 running backs. And it has been. The handoff is to Bennett with Thompson leading the way. And they needed a yard, and it's going to be close. May not have picked it up.
I don't think he got it. I think he squirted forward of the marker after they blew the whistle. It's short. It's 4th down. Nice job. We talked about the attitude of that Jets defense last time they faced this offense, having sort of the dictating to the offense. Well, right there on that play, Greg Robinson's defense stuffed it inside. That's exactly what he has to see running the ball, that kind of attitude.
That is the end of the first period with the Green Bay Packers leading 7-0. Don't go away. We'll be back in just a moment.
At fullback, watch his lead block. If there's something this team really needs, that's a rough, tough lead block and fullback, and Marvin Jones stuffs Thompson right in the hole, and Bennett cannot get that first down. And if you're a defense, you don't worry about lead blocks if they don't have them. You attack running backs, and that's just what Marvin Jones did.
Greg Hendrick, the Packer punter, shaken up earlier in the period. He's back to kick. Clifford Hicks is return man for the Jets. Oh, he gets a great one away. Takes a Green Bay roll and will be down about the 18-yard line. Corey Harris was there. Woo!
Mike Holmgren might just have to have this kid blindsided every week before he starts kicking. And Reggie White is going to be after Boomer Esiason here. This is a situation that Reggie gets into a nickel when it happens. Reggie comes up the field right here. Brown comes up, and they get in to Boomer's face. Here's the look you're going to see more and more of. Reggie White and Sean Jones. What that does, Jones will stunt, Reggie will come around, Brown will come here, gives you the same inside pressure but a different look, and a great matchup one-on-one with Duffy and White.
That was a 70-yard kick, and the Jets go to work from their own 18-yard line, and they are going to lose yardage right off the bat back to the 15. Johnny Johnson stopped by Yurkovich. A loss of 3. It'll be 2nd and 13.
This is called stunting and going after the quarterback, but if somebody with the ball comes by you, get them. They're coming after Boomer. You saw pop run by him. Yurkovich runs by him, but they have such penetration. When you start dodging linemen and linebackers in the backfield, you automatically think, uh-oh, go to the ground.
Johnny Johnson, the remaining back, it is 2nd and 13. And Johnson carries. And he is going to lean for 2 yards, and that will be it. It'll be 3rd down and 11.
And that puts just that situation Boomer doesn't want to be in. 3rd and long. And that's set up by an aggressive Green Bay defense and an offensive line in the last 2 plays of the New York Jets that is just getting pushed back into Boomer's lap. Pushed back in his lap, translate on a passing down to how much time does Boomer have in the pocket. Let's watch.
So we will set up the pocket watch. And that's an early start. It doesn't start officially until the snap. Just checking it out to make sure that it's working. 3rd down and 11. Boomer to throw. He has great protection. Now he rolls, and now he pump fakes up the sidelines, and he is upended at the 25-yard line. Oh! He is hit by Doug Evans. He goes spinning through the air, and he's about a yard shy of the first down. It'll be 4th down.
Even if that hurt, Boomer is not going to let it show. That's the kind of toughness Boomer has. He's being very aggressive. Plays like that will drive a head coach nuts when your kind of franchise guy in the quarterback position starts flying around and laying his body out, because defenders are drawn to that, kind of like moths to a light. If a quarterback wants to be tough, defenders love to give him that opportunity.
They marked the play dead at the 23-yard line, so it is 4th down and 5. And Brian Hansen will be kicking. Robert Brooks is the return man. Here's the kick, and it is a good one. And Brooks goes back and takes it at the 21, slips. He's wrapped up right there. Putting a little bit on the wet side, Anthony Pryor there for the Jets. The Packers lead it 7-0. We'll be back in a moment. And to the victors go the spoils, and they enjoy it at the tailgate party outside of Lambeau Field. That's part of the tradition of football here in Packer country.
Well, the first possession, the Packers got the ball, Charlie, ran it back down the field, threw it at will, and really the Jets look stumbling. So far, the last couple times the Packers have had the ball, they have not been able to take advantage of Terrell at safety, Ronnie Lott, and Marcus Turner at corner.
Will Clark comes out throwing on first down, and he fights it into a crowd. He was low, the pass is incomplete, kicks it away, will go to New York. Here's Greg with an update.
All right, Charlie, the Battle of L.A., the Raiders and the Rams. Here's Chris Chandler of the Rams from 22 yards out, finds Flipper Anderson near the back of the end zone. The extra point, and it's a tie game in the second quarter, 7-7. Back to Charlie and Randy.
As we come back, Green Bay leading the Jets 7-0. That was the first incompletion that Favre has thrown in the ballgame, and it is 2nd down and 10. Off to the second back to Reggie Cobb. And Cobb is going to get to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be all. So it is 3rd down and 10. As you say, the New York Jet defense, they pride themselves this year on being very physical, and now they're starting to pick up the flow of the ballgame. I think you're right that in that opening series they were thinking too much about the defensive change.
The key, Charlie, to that defense is Tony Casillas, who made that last tackle, and Donald Evans inside. You can disrupt this style of offense with aggressive, penetrating defensive tackle play.
Green Bay now with 4 wide receivers. It is 3rd down and 10 as Brooks goes across the back of the quarterback 5. He rolls right, sidearms it, 29-yard line. And the pass is going to be complete right at the 30, but that will be shy of the 1st down as he goes to Terry Mickens. That is Mickens' first reception of the ball game and only his 2nd of the year. It'll be 4th down, and Hendrick will come in, believe me, to kick it away. The last time, 70 yards. Not a bad average. And we saw earlier his career-long Clifford Hicks is the returner. Bothered by a bad ankle. The Jets say, we know that he can catch it. Don't know if he can return it or not. He is still hobbled. They're happy to have him there. They didn't think early on in the week that he would be there. And it's another great one. Whoa, what an exhibition. This one is taken at the 13-yard line. Up to the 20 and then pulled down around the 23. We'll step aside with Green Bay out in front, 7-0. Don't go.
There'll be something different about you to wear those things.
And our hats are off to them. Jets 1st down. Boomer, 3 steps, throws drop. Johnny Johnson incomplete, 2nd and 10. Jets struggling on offense. Let's take a look at their first 4 possessions. They have only a pair of 1st downs in the ballgame.
And these 16 plays and 4 punts are as a direct result of the offensive line for the New York Jets getting shoved back into the backfield, really into Boomer's lap and into the running back's lap. They have got to get something going running-wise. If you can't run the ball against the Green Bay Packer defense, you are in some serious, serious trouble. This is the best run defense in the NFL, but there's no excuse. You've got to get it going.
Brad Baxter is the remaining back, a double tight end set. Boomer throws far side pass is complete on the quick out. It's only going to be good for maybe 2 yards to Rob Moore. Moore, the #1 receiver for the Jets with 45 catches coming into the game, and Terrell Buckley was there to wrap him up. Buckley, by the way, has been struggling this year.
Well, one of the big surprises early in the game is the fact that that Moore, as tall as he is at 6'3", number 85 there, has not been able to take advantage in that cushion and the coverage at Butler. Herman Moore, the Lions just ate up this defense last week. Moore's very similar physically. You got to give him that chance to get off and go up to the ball.
He had 8 receptions, more than 150 yards, most of it against Butler. Boomer throws, and the stretch by Rob Moore, and it could be enough for the first down. He needed 8, and he may have gotten that plus a yard. This time they're going after Doug Evans.
Well, the good thing about that play is Boomer and this offense were right in their rhythm. 1, 2, 3, drop and fire this ball out to Moore, and then it's just second effort to get the first down. Working there against Evans, 33. But either side this guy goes to at 6'3", Rob Moore's got an advantage on the cornerback.
They needed 8. They got 9 first down, Jets. Third first down in the ball game. They trail 7-0. We're in the second quarter. And the handoff to Baxter, and he is stuffed as the Packer defensive front four stuffs the offensive line of the Jets. Let's go to New York for an update.
All right, Charlie, more action in Anaheim between the Raiders and the Rams. Jeff Hostetler of the Raiders, 10-yard scoring strike to Rocket Ismail. And the Raiders, with the extra point, jump on top 14-7 in the second quarter. Charlie?
And in case you joined us, Green Bay jumped on top here, 7-0 in the opening drive. Touchdown came with just under 11 minutes to go in the first quarter. That has been the only score in the ballgame. Second and 10, Jets. Throws underneath the coverage. He goes to James Thornton. Thornton, the number 2 tight end behind Johnny Mitchell. Thornton, a career-high 6 receptions against Buffalo last week. He has this one here.
I keep talking about the pocket. Watch the pocket form, and Boomer Esiason sit in here and watch all the trouble happening around him. But this is a good example of physically the Jets line taking control of the Packer defense, giving the quarterback some time. If they can do that, they can move the ball. You have to protect, and you must be patient. This defense does not give up many big plays.
Third down and 2. First down and breaking clean is Richie Anderson down the sideline. Cuts back at the 20. He's to the 10. Cuts back again at the 5. Finally dropped at the 3-yard line. That was third down and 2. And only the 11th carry of the season for Richie Anderson.
And this is just pure and simple. A nice move by Anderson and very poor defense and tackling by the Green Bay Packers. This is a quick flip outside. They've got Sean Jones as a stand-up defensive end. Makes him very easy to hook. You see Leroy Butler came in there and missed that tackle. And I just said this defense doesn't give up big plays. Any defense gives up big plays when it can't tackle and it stands around.
Big play, 55 yards. And Green Bay will take a timeout. That stops the clock. 7:45 left to go in the first half.
You know, Ronnie Lott, who's not in this game for the Jets, is one of the greatest safeties tackling ever. Watch Butler lurch, duck his head, goes down. That is how coaches teach defensive backs not to tackle. You keep the head up, you watch the waist, you explode through the guy.
But you saw the balance of Richie Anderson in his second year from Penn State as he came over the top, finally cut down at the 3-yard line where it's first down and goal to go.
Oh, so you're taking that the other guy gets paid to the fence, huh, Charlie?
You bet. And we get paid too, as tonight, prime time, action-packed here on In to Go Jets.
The Packer defense could have used a cyborg war machine on that last one. You saw, Sean Jones standing up. They caught. They didn't tackle. They have to penetrate here. Look for a quick hitter inside.
Johnson and back to the running back. And it's not there. Johnny Johnson, bad toe, hamstring and all, is going to lose a yard to the 4, second down and goal.
And he's going against John Yurkovich, bad body and all. And I talked to this guy before the game, and it's good to know that even the way I look, I maybe could still play in this league, but this is a guy that is just physically able to take care of offensive linemen, and he's one of the main reasons, along with Reggie White and Gilbert Brown, you want to attack this defense at it. Don't let them push you back. You got to hit him quick.
Second goal, 4-yard line. Play action fake. Boomer to throw. Has pressure. He's throwing this one away. It went high back edge of the end zone. He was almost a sandwich as he had Packer pressure from the front side and the back side. And he's throwing it away. Third and goal.
Well, he tries a little play action fake, seeing who he can fool and hold, but it isn't sold very well. That's a half-hearted fake by the running back. And Boomer just flips that thing out when he feels the pressure and sort of hangs Mitchell out to dry in the back of the end zone.
Hoping against hope that Johnny Mitchell could go up and pull it down. Nobody else could get to it. It's third down, goal to go. 3 wide receivers. Backs to the remaining back, and the sellout Packer crowd into this ball game as always. And a straight shot up the middle. There's a flag on the play. Baxter is hit right at the line of scrimmage. The first decision is the flag.
Well, the only decision on this play is really the flag.
It's against Green Bay.
That is the only decision as far as if that had been the other way. Pete Carroll gets this kind of field position. He's got to kick a field goal. If they don't get in on third, you kick the field goal. You don't go for it on fourth.
Offside. Defense number 33, lined up in the neutral zone, penalized half the distance to the goal line. Repeat the down, third down.
Third down, goal to go, 2-yard line, the call on Doug Evans.
Isn't that the way it always happens, Charlie? The pick and shovel guys inside do the penetration, do all the hard work, and it's one of the little lightweights outside. Can't even see where the ball is and lines up offsides.
So you repeat the down, third down and 2.
You have got to test, I guess, now the outside. They've proven they can't get through inside. The most field is to the right.
Third down, goal to go. Boomer rolls, being chased from behind, and he throws it away. Boomer knew he was out of time, and he was also out of real estate. It'll be fourth down, goal to go. They'll go with a field goal attempt. We have a jet down.
Let's tackle Jeff Criswell down, holding that left elbow. Watch two things. Boomer and the offense on this replay go into the short side of the field. There's no penetration, no pressure, but look at the job in the end zone of the Jets defenders. I mean, the Packer defenders. There is nobody open. There's at least 2 green jerseys on every white one. And this play got Boomer's attention, because watch his eyes as he heads to the sideline. He's looking for any friendly face, anywhere to throw the ball, because guess who's chasing him? The big guy.
Reggie White, and you could hear his footsteps.
You can hear him breathing from that close.
Jeff Criswell, the offensive left tackle. Clock is stopped with 6:30. That is the time remaining in the first half. The Packers are up by a score of 7-0. Let's check out now the ticker. San Diego coming from behind to defeat Kansas City. A big win for the Chargers on the road. They've been struggling recently. Chicago defeats Miami by 3. And so that helps the Jets, as they now with a victory could pull within 1 in their race in the East. Cleveland.
Try to make sense of those two
for real, aren't they?
Try to make sense of those two teams.
Yeah. New England, Minnesota, big win as far as the Packers are concerned. Minnesota coming back to the pack.
Well, both this division, the NFC Central, and the AFC East, getting a little jumbled up.
Now the return men for the Green Bay Packers. Harris on the near side, Jordan on the far side.
Ball's going to come to the 40-yard line.
Free kick out of bounds. By rule, the ball is placed 30 yards from the spot of the kick. First and 10, Green Bay.
Great field position for Brett Favre and this offense. Mike Holmgren's got now his entire playbook to open up in front of him. And look for the Green Bay Packers to keep running the ball at this defense to make the play-action pass more viable and get Sterling Sharp involved in this game.
Why is Lowry trying to kick away from Corey Harris or Charles Jordan?
I think that was just sort of a hook. He just didn't hit that one. He wanted to low and line it, and it's low line left.
throw. It'll be second down and 10.
He has got this guy wide open. West is sitting there all by himself, and if there's one thing this offense is really missing, in my opinion, it has got to be the tight end. They've had Jackie Harris here in the past, who was a real threat inside to a defense. But here's a case of the defense biting on the play action, and then just the quarterback having sort of a general brain cramp and doesn't get the ball to the receiver.
Second and 10. There's a lot of moisture in the air. Does that affect the throw?
I don't think so, not at this point.
Little swing right side in the flat is pulled in by Bennett, and he is pulled down at the 41-yard line.
You know, moisture in the air and moisture on the ground, if it's not pouring rain like that Monday night Brett Favre played in, that's just sort of one of those, that's my story and I'm sticking to it excuses. You know, it sounds good.
Third down and 9 at the 41. It's always fun to talk to Brett Favre.
No, really, he's a guy that has retained his personality. Mike Holmgren's had to sort of, you know, put the saddle on this guy and try to tame him, because he was really kind of a wild one when he got here. But you want to tame him, but you don't want to take all the crazy out of Brett Favre. That's what makes him special.
Third down and 9, both backs in the block. Buys some more time, slips the tackle. He does a 360, and then he is down at the 45, and then he tries to crawl for one more. And he just kind of slipping and turning and tried to buy something. He had a lateral in mind at one time, decided, I better not.
There's a little of that crazy out of Brett Favre doing the curly shuffle out of the Three Stooges here. Just circle and go back, and he is not a threat to kill you running. He's a threat to move around in the pocket and throw.
But he had a pair of 360s, didn't he? Greg Hendrick will be kicking. His last putt, remember the 70-yarder? Well, his last one was 57 yards. And here's another great one. Oh, what an exhibition he is putting on. And it is into the end zone barely, just by a yard. We'll step aside. Packers lead it 7-3. A punting exhibition.
Well, I think the big mistake the Jets made early was really hitting this guy and hurting us.
That's right.
They made him mad.
The Packers defense has shut down the Jet offense except for that one play of 58 yards by Richie Anderson.
Really, outside of that, they've got about 28 yards rushing. But well, the key right now for Boomer is to at least have the implied threat of running the ball inside. If they aren't worried about running the ball inside, this defense will collapse the pocket on Boomer.
Boomer also had
penetration by the defense, but no tackling to back it up. And Johnny Johnson does not have very much quit in him.
Brad Baxter and Richie Anderson are now the running backs. Moore goes across in motion. Esiason to throw, pump fake, fires quickly, and it is pulled in at the 24-yard line, and that will be a first down. That is the fourth first down in this drive. Rob Moore with the reception. George Kuntz covered him immediately.
They're well inside of Nick Lowry's field goal range here, so, you know, Boomer just has the patience of the best of them right here. He's got all his timeouts, so, you know, here's the deal. You want to look for a matchup. If you can get a physical mismatch with one of your wide receivers, maybe more deep against the Buckley, you want to take a shot into the end zone.
Hardmonk wide through the near side. And Boomer hands off to Anderson, and he takes a straight shot up the middle. He'll go to the 20-yard line, so it'll be second down and 6. And we have a timeout. 1 minute, 15 seconds left to go, first half. Time, it's the Domino's Pizza NFL Live halftime report. Greg Gumbel and Mike Ditka will bring you up to date with scores and highlights of all the action from around the NFL, and we've had some very interesting action today.
We really have. You know, Mike Ditka did a nice interview with Reggie White before on NFL Live today, and this is a Reggie White type of a situation. Reggie White makes big plays at big times. A big defensive play here can knock him out of Lowry's field goal range.
We have seen Reggie White and Sean Jones side by side only once defensively, and they got the sack,
yeah,
right?
Just the one sack, and Fritz Schumer hasn't gone back to it.
Jones at right in, White at left in defensively. Esiason to throw. That low sidearm pass is caught for another first down at the 11-yard line. Another timeout. It'll be a first down. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 5 first downs in this drive for the Jets. Rob Moore with the reception. Doug Evans is the man who covered him. Now 1 minute and 8 seconds left.
Well, good play calling by Ray Sherman, the offensive coordinator of the Jets, and poised by his quarterback, Boomer Esiason. He's getting the protection, and he's not getting greedy. Very important there. He was willing to stand back there, hold the ball, and wait until his receiver came open. There's Ray Sherman in the middle of the picture right there. Came out of that West Coast San Francisco offense, and it's been a real melding and mixing of this offense. It's sort of what the Jets used to do by pounding the ball and trying to mix in the medium passing type offense that Boomer was used to in Cincinnati, and then here with the Jets.
Boomer told us that Rob Moore was quickly becoming his go-to guy. He said he has probably improved more this year than any other receiver. Moore went out with 4 receptions, 26 yards in the ballgame, 49 catches on the year.
But for this offense to become a real threat and a real big weapon for the Jets, Rob Moore has to take that next step up. He's a good receiver. He has the tools and the ability to be a great receiver. If he can step up to that level, then the Jets are a very good offense.
Esiason 9 of 16, 83 yards passing. Boomer throws very quickly, end zone right at the corner, touchdown New York Jets. Guess who? Rob Moore, his 5th touchdown of the year.
That might not be the step all the way up that he's looking for, but it was a great job by Moore of concentration. Boomer threw that ball in a pretty difficult position, and a nice job of concentration. Watch his eyes when he sees the ball as he sort of arms over on Evans, a little downfield contact, and has the presence to get in that one knee. What makes him a great leader? Just the fire, just his ability to make things happen when they need to happen.
An 80-yard touchdown drive in 8 plays. Lowry to attempt the point after, and it is good. And for the first time in the ball game, the New York Jets move out in front by a score of 10-7 over the Green Bay Packers with 1:03 left to go in the first half.
And how has Boomer and this offense done it? They've done it with one big run, some good consistent running, and they've done it by not allowing this guy right there, Boomer Esiason, to be pressured and knocked on the ground. Since Reggie White and Sean Jones got on the same side and sacked him in a flash kind of a sack, he has not been pressured that much. He's had Holmgren in this offense do some very, very conservative play calling and go into the locker room at halftime and try to get Brett Favre in this offense more focused about what they're seeing from Greg Robinson's defense.
So Nick Lowry will be kicking off, as you can see. The time here is about 4:21, 4:22 in the afternoon. It is getting on the dark side, and it's still a lot of moisture in the air. The humidity 90%. I don't think we've had any more rain, though. We've had some sprinkles kind of on and off, that mostly before the ball game.
How do you tell when it rains? I mean, was it gray or grayer when it's going to rain?
No, you put your hand out. And if your hand goes back west. Charles Jordan, number 80, and Corey Harris, number 30, are the deep backs on the return. And here is Corey Harris across the 30. He gets back at the 35 and then trips over his own player as he was making a cut around the 38-yard line. Victor Green was there to cover him for the Jets.
I talked about the defense that the Packers needed to see to throw the ball down the field and try to get into some position to score. Most important was the field position for Brett Favre. He's got great field position now. He can just about do anything he wants to do offensively. If I was him and I was Mike Holmgren, I would get Sterling Sharp involved in this game. Sterling Sharp cannot lose his concentration and interest in this game for the Packers to win.
Sterling over the last 3 games, only 11 receptions, and that's a man who last year had 112 and the year before 108. But underneath the coverage to Reggie Cobb. Cobb out of the backfield, 50-yard line, first down. Gain of 12, Marcus Turner with the tackle.
Mike Holmgren in this offense practice this at least 3 times a week. 2-minute drill is a big part of this offense.
Fires the throw. Goes deep downfield, and there he is, Sterling Sharp. And it'll be a first down at the 37-yard line. Sterling Sharp now with receptions in 97 consecutive games, and Green Bay will take a timeout.
And he finally really gets involved in this thing, and none too soon for the Packers. Watch him drive off Hasty and then just settle into that spot in the zone. He knows the linebackers are inside. He knows the cornerback Hasty is outside. And, you know, this is how this guy's made his living, catching 112 and last year and 500 some odd numbers. Look at the numbers this guy's put up. Last 2 seasons, it's been incredible.
His 51st catch of the year. We talked to him yesterday. You know, he and his brother, who also wears number 84, Shannon, with the Denver Broncos, and Shannon closing on him a bit, so he wanted to resurrect the bet that they had a year ago.
Well, Shannon went into this game with 46 catches, only trailing Sterling by 4, and Sterling's not used to him being that close to him. I think last year they called it off after Sterling got about 40 ahead of him.
He did take a giant leap forward. It's a first down at the Jet 37-yard line. 5 to throw. Jets, he goes deep. It is Sterling, and it is incomplete. Outstanding defensive play for Marcus Turner, who closed on the pass.
I tell you, he, for a brief period of time before Turner could adjust, Sterling Sharp is wide open. Watch him break out right now. He's open, but a nice job by Turner adjusting back. I mean, Favre put that ball over the outside shoulder, right on the sideline, ready for the tattoo. Nice play.
Marcus, of course, drawing the starting assignment, left corner. Aaron Glenn inactive for the ball game. Ronnie Lott also inactive out of the secondary for New York. Second down and 10. This one is off to Edgar Bennett. Bennett will go out of bounds at the 32-yard line. That will stop the clock. He's going to pick up about 5. James Hasty was the man chasing him. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
Well, the way the balls have been punted around here today, you'd think there's helium in them. So I guess you'd say Chris Jackie could slap one here from about 50 yards if he had to. But ideally for Chris Jackie, you want to get more inside about the 40-yard line range.
Jackie at Minnesota had a 50-yarder, but that was perfect conditions indoors. His longest this year. 3rd down and 5. And we have some jumping. And flags going everywhere. That's Sterling.
That was Sterling Sharp.
He was in a hurry.
Slot, jumped off sides.
False start. Offense number 84, simulating the start of the play. 5 yards, still 3rd down.
What that 5-yard penalty does, Charlie, besides the field goal range, is it puts another play into the hopper. In that situation, Mike Holmgren could call something that in most offenses it'd be a tight end type pattern. In this offense, it's a Sterling Sharp hooking over the ball, little hitch, get your yards, get your first down, set it up. Now he's got to throw the ball down the field, down the middle of the field.
3rd down and 10. Favre sets up deep, slips out. He pump fake is going to run for it. Stumbles, heads for the sideline. He wants to stop the clock. He was in a hurry to get out of bounds at the 33-34-yard line. Mo Lewis, sprained knee and all, helped out by the turpentine that his mom said a year ago was in hot pursuit. But now Chris Jackie will come on with the field goal attempt.
Well, Brett's scrambling brain was about 4 steps ahead of his scrambling feet right there. He couldn't quite carry off what his brain wanted to do.
And this will be a 52-yard attempt. Himtrek, the punter, is the holder. Frank Winters, the snapper. And it has the distance. And it is no good.
On a missed field goal, by rule, the ball is returned to the spot of the field goal attempt.
And the Jets still have 4 seconds in case they want to take one opportunity and try and go long. You think they will, or will they just take the clock out?
They're going to get the ball on the 42-yard line. Boomer, I don't think he can throw it down in a close enough proximity to the goal line to really make it a threat. I think Pete Carroll and he just sort of kneel down on the ball and head back to the locker room.
The formation looks remarkably like you're correct. And there he is. They'll take the count to make it official. And it is halftime at Lambeau Field. The Jets 10, Green Bay 7. Now let's go to Greg Gumbel in New York. Charlie Jones and Randy Cross as we start the second half. The New York Jets will be kicking off, and they lead the Packers by a score of 10-7. The Jets coming into the ballgame, the record is 5-4. They won 3 of the last 4. Green Bay coming into the ballgame, their record is 5-4. They have won 3 of the last 4. And Randy, the moisture is picking up the effect on the second half.
I really, coming into this thing, you'd say, gee, it favors the Packers because they've been running the ball so well, and their defense is giving up 68.4 yards rushing against the rush of their opponents. But the Jets have managed to run the ball well. They've managed to have a controlled, good, short passing game. And defensively, the Jets have solved the Packer puzzle.
He kicks it off. And Gordon takes it at the 9. He's out to the 20. The fastest of the Packers, and the return is near the 35-yard line. I think they'll mark him down around the 34. Lubin Fatty was there for the Jets. Here are the Coors Light halftime statistics.
And the one number that has to stick out there is that rushing yards, 106 yards. And we're talking 40-some-odd yards over their average for an entire ball game. And this Packer defense has got to stop Boomer Esiason's running game, or he's going to kill him with Rob Moore trying to get mismatches on the outside with play action.
Green Bay goes to work as we open the second half from their own 34-yard line. And remember, their opening drive of the ballgame, first time they were on offense, 3 and out for the Jets. And they scored their only touchdown. Here's a little swing far side to Reggie Cobb, about down the sideline. He was out, though, at the 39-yard line. So it'll go for 5, 2nd and 5. James Hasty was there for the Jets.
Well, since that first drive you talked about, the Packer offense has been the one being dictated to. They really told the Jets what they were going to do on that first drive. Since then, this Jets defense has really done a nice job of taking what Brett Favre and the offense wants to do, and that's throw the ball in the short zone behind the linebackers and the defensive backs. They've narrowed that zone down, and they've stuffed the run.
And the rookie from Georgia Tech, Dorsey Levens, checks into the offensive set. He takes the fake. Favre rolls, throws downfield, and knocked down, almost intercepted by Marvin Jones. So it'll be 3rd down and 5.
Well, Brett Favre and the offense tried the fake double guard sweep left. Watch both guards pull out and get out in front of a fake sweep. And then he goes on a naked boot around the corner. He's got 2 options. You got the fullback Levens underneath, or you're going to try to hit the tight end. And what a shot Ed West took right there in the chops.
And what did Marvin Jones tell us yesterday? He was introducing himself to everybody in practice a couple of weeks ago.
Well, he hasn't practiced much at all for this Jet team. He's had the ankle last year, well documented, the hip problem he's coming back from. But
3rd down and 5. Pass is complete to Reggie Johnson. First down, flag back at the 35-yard line. That normally means holding against the offensive team.
Thrown by the umpire right in the middle.
And that'll be the call.
Holding. Offense, number 76, 10-yard penalty. Repeat the down. 3rd down.
And Harry Galbraith. It's been a well-played ballgame, not that many flags.
Well, what happens here is usually you get an edge. He's working against Tony Casillas, and that's exactly what he gets. He gets an edge in the shoulder, and he kind of twists them and turns them and puts them on the ground. That is not always exactly holding against an offensive lineman, but if an umpire sees a defensive lineman's upper body twist and turn like that, he just assumes it's illegal.
As you notice, he's had only 5 penalties that have been accepted. It's 3rd down and 15. Fake to Levens. There's pressure. Favre avoids it. He's throwing this one up for grabs. That was a bad throw to Sterling Sharp, and he got away with it.
Well, Brett can get fired up and point at whoever he wants, but that's one of the type of passes that Mike Holmgren has sort of, bit his finger and not yelled and not screamed too much on this young quarterback. When he throws across his body, puts a weather balloon up there and hopes it doesn't come down in enemy territory.
All right, and now look at this. His average 56.5 yards, career long 70 yards.
Since the first drive, this is their best offense.
Greg Hendrick of Notre Dame. That's the worst kick that he's had. He's going to get a bit of a roll. It won't be all that bad. He's going to be down at the... As we come back to Lambeau Field, the New York Jets enjoying a 3-point lead over the Green Bay Packers. Jets 10, Packers 7. And Boomer Esiason will go to work at his own 28-yard line, first down. 29. He'll only pick up about a yard on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 9. Doug Evans makes the tackle for the Packers.
One thing to keep an eye on, besides the time in the pocket and how much time Boomer has to throw the ball with this defense, how much time does he spend on the seat of those green pants? How dirty does his uniform get? If he stays clean, the Jets win this ball game because, like we mentioned at the end of the first half, Reggie White and Sean Jones have not gotten after Boomer Esiason very much since the first quarter.
Brad Baxter, the remaining back. It is 2nd down and 9. Safety sneaking up for the defense. Pass is complete to James Thornton as he comes across underneath the coverage. 40-yard line. He's got the first down. George Teague with the tackle.
That's just a case, too, Charlie, right there of good patience by Boomer Esiason and a nice job by Thornton of running out the pattern from the left tight end. He's getting the blitz inside his Boomer, but he hangs in just long enough to flip that thing off. There really wasn't anything that George Teague could do on that pass.
The tight end, James Thornton, that is his 3rd reception of the ball game. And remember, he had a career-high 6 against Buffalo last week. He now has only 13 on the year. Back to the ground, and it's not there. One thing about the Packer defense, they have shut down the running attack of the Jets with just a couple of exceptions.
Well, there's a good example of how you shut the running game down and you get some pressure on the running back is Reggie White getting that penetration inside. And you know why that happened? You don't put man blocking on Reggie White when you're using the tight end. Mitchell was trying to man block on Reggie White. See his eyebrows go up? That'd be his reaction if you told him.
Packers told us they want to move him around because that will force the Jets into blocking that they want.
And he was just hopping around there, almost going to the weak side, ends up on the strong over the tight end.
2nd and 12. Boomer throws again underneath the coverage. This is Art Monk. He has the reception at the 42-yard line. That's good for 4. 3rd down and 8, and Corey Harris
getting some serious headgear ornaments going on here.
Taking part of Lambeau Field back to New York with him.
Well, it's one thing when they're green, but he landed right there on the line, so he's got the whole stripe thing.
3rd down and 8. Listen to the crowd.
Listen to the crowd and watch the defensive ends.
And pulling it down was Ryan Yarborough on the far side. Right at the marker. May have been a step shy of the first down, but the flag will go against the Jets.
5 yards. Still 3rd down.
There's a quick procedure call against the Jets there.
And we believe it was on Rob Moore.
And now if you're going to move Reggie White around and you're going to try to make things happen, if you're going to do that, here's a great situation. You got 3rd and long. Create things for your best defensive player, Reggie White. Run stunts and try to figure out a way to get man blocking on this guy.
Resetting the clock at 10:58. 3rd down and 13. Reggie kind of wandering around. He is next to Sean Jones on the right side.
Last time he was inside a tackle. That produced a sack. Boomer sees it. Look for an audible.
It'll be 4th down.
What happened there on Boomer Esiason is the rush collapsed the pocket. Remember the pockets like this? Watch the pocket suddenly be about that deep as the rush gets right into Boomer's face. Here comes the collapse. There was nowhere for Boomer to step up to throw. He had to throw that one away in the middle where no one was, so you just get an incompletion and get off the field. Big difference between what he did and what Favre did throwing that weather balloon up.
Ryan Hansen to kick. High snap, pulls it down, gets it away. And he has a pretty good kick. Here's Robert Brooks on the return. 11-yard line to the 15. And he's wrapped up with about 6 yards on the return. Again, it was Victor Green of the Jets having an outstanding day on special teams. Back in a moment. Because when Reggie White moves around like that, besides dilating Boomer's eyes, what else happens?
What it does is it disrupts the blocking patterns. It disrupts the whole rhythm of the Jets offense. You saw the way that pocket collapsed.
Yeah.
And, you know, on the other side of the ball, the Green Bay offense has not had very much rhythm at all since early in the first quarter.
And what has been the reason for that?
I think just bad execution mostly. They have not run the ball effectively, but bad execution.
And they open up throwing here. The pass is complete to Reggie Johnson. And Reggie from the 17-yard line is going to go up near the 25. So it'll be second down, still a couple to go for the first down, and Mo Lewis was there.
But let me tell you, Charlie, you know, Sterling Sharp has caught over 200 passes the last 2 years. So he sort of kills the old argument that if a defense wants to take away a guy, they can do it. Because Sterling Sharp has caught balls in double coverage and triple coverage. He finds the hole, and Brett Favre finds him. They've got to get this guy involved. If there's no Sterling Sharp in this offense, there is no offense.
And here's a straight shot up the middle. Reggie Cobb, the ball carrier, trying to pick up the first down. And he should pick it up. And they'll move the chain. And so the sellout crowd here now beginning to get just a little bit excited. Not a lot as Dorsey Levens, the rookie from Georgia Tech, checks into the backfield.
That was more of a sarcastic token round of applause for finally getting a first down, I think.
But if you're a Packer offensive lineman, you'll take it at this point.
Anything at this point.
Yeah.
But the number one thing you have to do is you have to protect Brett Favre on dropbacks because they're not going to buy play action.
This is a passing formation with 3 wide receivers. Levens also goes down. Goes back. Almost intercepted, then almost caught. A flag drop back at the 22 off of the rebound. Sterling Sharp, the intended receiver.
Got a little
and
holding.
Pat Terrell.
Sorry, Charlie, got a little holding working against the Packers, and that was a gift. Pat Terrell had that ball right in his hands because Favre tried to force it to Sterling Sharp.
That was 1st and 10.
Holding. Offense. Number 62. 10-yard
That's on
penalty.
Guy McIntyre.
Remember, Charlie, I mentioned the fact that those zones are being squeezed down between the linebackers and the defensive backs. Watch where the linebacker is right there. Lewis, he's trying to drop that ball into that zone. The hole is too small. He can't get it in there. And Brett Favre knows, maybe I shouldn't have thrown that.
And Pat Terrell knows he should have had it.
He should have got that one.
And by the way, Pat Terrell and Marcus Turner replacing Ronnie Lott and Aaron Glenn are doing an excellent job for the New York Jets. Here's Reggie Cobb on the receiving end, not only of the football, but also of the hit of James Hasty and Mo Lewis. And now the crowd beginning to turn on the Packers just a bit.
Well, I think they're getting a little bit impatient with the short passing game and of the job or non-job that Brett Favre's doing of getting the ball more to the wide receivers in this offense. The Jets defense is doing a good job of taking them away. And as they've proven the last 3 or 4 times, they've had to dump it to the corners, the running backs, the linebackers and corners, of course.
The Jets defense making a statement last week against Buffalo. Now in the second half continuing with that statement. Favre sets up, has the time, goes deep over the middle. Pass is complete to Ed West, the tight end, but he's going to come up around 6, maybe 7 yards shy of the first down. It will be third down. Mo Lewis with a tackle.
Ed West, not the fastest tight end in the world, but he knows where to get in this offense. That's something that Brett Favre needs. He has to have the confidence in the person at the tight end position to be there as that safety valve, as that security blanket, someone to dump it off when he has to late.
Third down and 5. Goes deep down the sideline, and it is incomplete.
We got a flag down.
Terry Mickens, the intended receiver, and Anthony Pryor, the nickelback, he thought he had perfect coverage working him on the sideline.
The problem may be here that he never turned back to the ball.
Pass interference. Defense, number 37. First down.
That was Keyshawn Johnson. And what Pete Carroll has got to see when he looks at the replay is what the physical relation is right there. Where is he? That's a bad call. I'm sorry. That is not pass interference.
Anthony Pryor had excellent cover.
He does not turn around. but he is right there. No way. No way.
42-yard line, New York, first down. Here's a sweep to the near side by Reggie Cobb, and he is cut off. He's going to end up losing about maybe 5 or 6 yards on the play. As Brian Washington, the strong safety, came up to bring him down.
And here's a case of the Jets really have to take a deep breath, giving up a bad play like that on a penalty, and just stuff things. Coming right at you. Good job by that entire side of the defense. They just stuffed the run.
2nd and 15. Moving on the 7-minute mark, time remaining. We're in the 3rd quarter. The Jets lead by 3, 10-7. And timeout with 1 second left on the play clock. So we'll step aside. The margin is 3, Jets 10, Green Bay 7. Back in a moment. And about 30 or 40 neighbors will all be dropping by to watch the game. His dad is here in the stand. He said his dad was very stoic, his arms crossed and looking on.
Yeah, there's not much cheering out of Mike Holmgren when he does that.
And he hands off to Reggie Cobb, and Cobb slips, dives forward. And he's going to get to the 28-yard line, so he'll pick up 3. And it's going to be 2nd down and 7.
Even now, moving the ball the way the Packers have, they haven't done it with this rhythm, with the real flow you expect out of this offense. They've had a quarterback scramble. They've had a big penalty. It just isn't the 5 yards, 7 yards, 10 yards, 12 yards, 3 yards. Just that real kind of almost like a boxer's type rhythm they get going. It's very hard.
2nd down and 7. Play action fake. Knockdown. Good defensive play. I believe it was Kurt Barber, yes, who reached out and slapped it away. Number 98 in his 3rd year at the University of Southern California.
Well, sometimes quarterbacks try to sidearm one around a defensive lineman. Well, watch what happens when you try to sidearm one here. Just a nice reaction as Ken Rutgers was trying to cut him. Barber just got that left hand out.
And here at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, the New York Jets leading the Green Bay Packers by a score of 10-7, and we have just over 5 minutes left to go in the 3rd, and the bit of rain that we had at halftime now has gone away. Green Bay started this drive at the 17. Favre steps forward, and the pass is complete to the tight end, Ed West. First down, Green Bay.
They're really using Sterling Sharp in this case as a decoy. He lines up on the right side of the screen. Watch him cross underneath in front of Ed West right there. See him, 84? When he crosses, the defensive backs react, and that hole in the zone widens up. See Sterling underneath, the hole widens in the zone, and Ed West catches it over the middle.
And this is the 12th play of the drive. It started again back at the 17-yard line, first down. Play action fake. Good protection, end zone, caught. Touchdown, Green Bay. Anthony Morgan.
That is a big money catch, a big money throw. And for the Green Bay Packers offensive standpoint, a big money time. This is zipped into a coverage. This is put where a receiver's going to take a shot. You see Pat Terrell just flying right over the top, doesn't get the hit, and Morgan gets the ball.
83-yard touchdown drive, and the extra point is good. And Green Bay retakes the lead. They are out in front by 4, 14-10, and the reaction of quarterback Brett Favre as he starts the celebration. Lambeau Field, where Green Bay now leading the New York Jets 14-10. Just under 4.5 to go in the 3rd. Matthew Pryor, Richie Anderson of the defense on the return. And it hangs up as Pryor takes it on the run. And so they'll go to work just outside the 30-yard line. Let's go back to the touchdown.
Look at the cushion that Hasty's giving right here. If he's going to give this cushion, he's got to get help right away in this area of the football field right here. Now watch, as the cushion increases, the safety disappears. The ball's being delivered, no safety, no support inside. Hasty's giving 5 to 7 yards of cushion and not getting the support inside that he needs from Pat Terrell.
And here is Ronnie Lott on the sideline with a pinched nerve in his shoulder. He is inactive. And Aaron Glenn with a turf toe, the corner, is also inactive for New York. And Johnson gets the call, and he is decked at the line of scrimmage. And a flag comes down as Fred Strickland was just waiting for it.
That's going to be a hold inside.
Holding. Offense, number 76. 10-yard penalty. Repeat the down. First.
That's on right tackle James Brown. This is only his 4th career start. In his 2nd year, he's picked up on waivers a couple of years ago.
And lucky him. I mean, Pete Carroll gives him a start, another start at right tackle. He gets Reggie White, and that's who he was blocking against when he got that last hold. Let's keep track of where Reggie lines up.
1st and 20.
Nickel D.
Reggie at left end. Boomer being harassed. Green Bay says they have the interception at the bottom. Let's see what the officials say. Jets say they haven't. Either that or it's incomplete.
Incomplete pass.
Here's a look. 2nd and 20 now.
Well, if you get an incomplete pass, aren't you supposed to wave your arms and say the play's dead and it's incomplete? Getting pressure, nowhere to step up, nowhere to hide. Is that an interception?
If it's not, it's very close.
Let's look at it again. Leroy Butler, let's watch the ball. Where is it? It's in his waist, it's in his hands, it's between his legs, it's on the ground.
Good call. Never had control. It'll be 2nd down and 20.
But all that does is that feeds the fire. That just stokes the coals for this Green Bay defense. Watch out now. You got to find Reggie. You got to find Sean Jones.
And as you said, you know, with the incomplete pass, the officials then have to reset the clock. As that stops it. Now we're set to go again. Crowd back in the ball game. Pressure from the backside, has to get rid of it. Pass is complete to Anderson, and Ritchie out to around the 33-yard line. And Boomer just barely got rid of it. Pressure was just a half step away.
And that pressure coming from Bryce Pop from the top of the screen. Watch this. Brown does not barely breathe on the guy. Gets in on Boomer. Boomer threw up one of those Brett Favre weather balloons, but luckily for him, he had a receiver underneath it. And Anderson does a nice job breaking some tackles, make something happen, but this time, Leroy Butler does not miss the tackle.
It'll be 3rd down and 10. And now Boomer goes to the sideline with an equipment problem. It's the 2nd time that he has had this problem.
Well, it looks like his rib protectors, you can see there underneath the jersey, the white thing being contrasted by the black shirt, is not staying attached to the back of his shoulder pads. And facing the Green Bay Packers in this defensive line, you want all the pads you can have and all the pads in the right place.
And then also, did you have the feeling that there was a whispering conversation?
Yeah, well, you know, for a young quarterback, that's usually probably welcomed input. For Boomer Esiason, he's standing there going, I know. And Sean Jones, look at Sean Jones giving him a bad time.
Sean, by the way, has his own television show. He's very good. Watched it last night.
Well, he's got really a player that's interested in doing radio or TV has the ultimate dilemma that Sean Jones is facing right now. His show outdraws the head coach.
Yes.
He said, I went on the head coach's show, help him out, but it raises ratings a little bit.
Guest appearance. And the coach said, I'll come on yours. He said, no, thanks.
That's okay, coach. There's Mike Holmgren, the 2nd-rated Packer show in the city.
3rd down and 10. Boomer has protection, buys some more time, pass is complete. Here is Rob Moore, 45-yard line of Green Bay, then pulled Terrell Buckley, and it's a first down, converting on 3rd down and 10.
Just a nice job physically of Rob Moore finishing out his route against Terrell Buckley. Top of the screen, crossing underneath. Buckley wants to go with him. He just keeps on going, keeps on moving. Sorry, working against Corey Harris is Moore. And here comes Buckley from the backside, but see the mismatch. You can tell the height and the weight difference between these wide receivers and defensive backs. And if Boomer gets that kind of time, they're going to catch a lot of balls.
And for a moment, it quieted the crowd. First down at the 40. And Richie Anderson is dropped for a 5-yard loss by Reggie White.
You know, it's good news, bad news. Good news is, Richie, you're getting the ball. Bad news is, Richie, you're also getting number 92 in your face because our guys forgot to block him. You can forget to block a lot of guys. Don't block Bryce Popgood. Don't block John Yurkovich. You got to put somebody. I don't care if it's the coach on the sideline on Reggie White. Somebody's got to at least try to hit him.
2nd down and 15. Boomer said yesterday that Reggie White, Bruce Smith, Jerry Rice, Barry Sanders, and Emmitt Smith, those 5 are a step above everybody else in the NFL. Boomer goes deep, and it is incomplete. Trying to use that height advantage of Rob Moore, and he can go up and pull it down against Terrell Buckley. Buckley again is 5'9", and that's on his tippy toes. Rob Moore is 6'3", and he can go up.
Boy, he throws this one too tall for a tall guy. Working against Buckley, perfect situation, going up. Ball goes into his hands, but that ball's about 7.5, 8 feet off the ground.
What did Boomer say about Rob Moore? He has to take that step to make those catches because the great ones, the Jerry Rices, the Dallas receivers, they make those catches.
Oh, exactly, Charlie. Last time we talked about that in the first half, Rob Moore kind of touched it.
Boomer rolls left, and he goes deep, and it's Rob Moore, and just out of his reach at the 11-yard line. Perhaps a propitious statement by the broadcasters.
Nice work, Charlie.
I like that one. 4th and 15.
It's one of those kind of 5 years and out of college kind of words. Watch the ground level here as we're coming at you with the pass. Just off the fingertips. Rob Moore is bumped just enough to knock him off of his route. Good job by Evans of distracting him, but there was contact down the field on that play. I think most of it was initiated by Evans. First 3 weeks of the season, that's pass interference. Right now, that's good pass defense.
And Brian Hansen. And he wants to go high and reasonably short. And his coverage there, but it's going to go into the end zone with the touchback. Will bring it out to the 20-yard line, where the Packers will go to work with 1:04 left in the 3rd, and the Packers are up by 4.
Yeah, moments ago, Sterling Sharp left the field with a hamstring injury. That makes every receiver on the field for Packers the other receiver. 1 catch for 13 yards. That is really stopping a star.
And Reggie Cobb is the ball carrier, and he is going to get back. Oh, let's give him a yard to the 21 and mark it 2nd down and 9 as Marvin Jones and Marcus Turner move up. Also missing from the offensive side of the Green Bay Packers is Edgar Bennett. Bennett started the ball game, played the first half. Most of you know he's been bothered by that shoulder separation, but can play through it. But he now has a bad knee that he hurt in the first half as we take the countdown to the end of the 3rd quarter, and we have not been able to find him on the sideline. We have not seen the action in the 2nd half. 2nd and 9. Favre just dumps this one off underneath the coverage to Reggie Cobb. Cobb will go to the 25-yard line, so he has 4. It'll be 3rd and 5. Marvin Jones makes the tackle, and now they'll just take the countdown to the end of the 3rd quarter. And after 3 are in the books, the Packers are up by 4.
And the Jets defense did a nice job of taking the wide receivers out of the game. If they don't have to worry about Sterling Sharp, they can shut this offense down. One of them has to step forward for the Packers.
So stay with us. Green Bay 14, Jets 10. We'll be right back after these messages from your local station. You had a bad hair day.
Whoa. You got to have hair like that to wear a cheesehead.
1st down and 5. 5 throws far side. In reality, he was throwing that one away. Reggie Cobb, the closest receiver, may have been a bit of a grabbing over there. Not gone. It'll be 4th down and 5. And that means that Craig Hendrick is going to come aboard. He is having an absence. In case you joined us recently, is having an awesome afternoon and evening punting the ball.
He really is, Charlie. But, you know, on that last play, I can't tell you the last time Brett Favre stepped into a pass. Whether it's real or perceived, he's falling backwards every time he's throwing the ball like he's getting rushed, and he's not.
And here's the kick. It's another beauty. And backing up is Clifford Hicks. And he goes all the way back to the 15, and now he pauses. And he's going to return up near the 25-yard line. Tonight, prime time is action-packed on NBC at 7/6 Central. Really an impressive ball game. Ooh. And what started it all? Well, he got nailed early in the first quarter, so ever since then, he has been putting on an exhibition.
Ever since Glenn Cadrees knocked him silly on that first punt.
New York goes to work at the 24-yard line, first down. Jets trail by 4.
Boomer must keep Rob Moore involved. Good game so far for the duo. They will make the difference in the fourth quarter.
Dred backs to the remaining back, and he stays in the block. And it's incomplete. James Thornton, the tight end, who has 3 receptions in the ballgame. 2nd and 10, 24.
You know, pockets are not always like the perfect thing to stand in, and they're not always just that little U shape. Sometimes they're kind of like circling the wagons, you know. Look at that. There's guys all around him. Reggie's behind him. Sean Jones is in front of him. Yurkovich is next to him. But that pocket hasn't been broken. His guys are on the inside between him and the defensive players.
2nd and 10. Boomer, remember, telling us that he needed a lot of time here to throw, at least 3.5. He's got pretty good protection.
He really has.
Now he is pressured. A flag is down. Could be a holding call against the Jets. That was 2nd and 10.
Charlie, there were 2 guys on the ground back there. Sean Jones, Bryce Pop, and one big guy, 92, joined them late. Holding call against the Jets, and that's just a case of penetration causing a hold.
Holding. Offense, number 74. 10-yard penalty. Repeat the down.
On Everett McIver.
2nd down.
But if you're right, he was holding everybody as they came by.
Well, you got watch this. Watch that pocket we've talked about. Everything collapsed. Reggie White going against McIver. In around the legs. Reggie White's in there. Sean Jones is in there. Pop is in there.
2nd and 20. Blitz coming, it's picked up. Here is Anderson, and he is dropped to the 15-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 19. George Kuntz and Doug Evans make the play for the Packers.
Right there, Kuntz just did not buy the screen. Boomer sold it just a little bit more. I think it's a better screen. He sold it for about 2 seconds, needed to sell it for 3.
That's easy to say up here. He's counting, though.
Well, you know, one thing he's got to be counting or thinking of right now is I need seconds. You got 3rd down. He needs 4 seconds here. 3rd and this long. Rob Moore and the receivers have got to get down the field.
And we have the pocket watch going with the snap to the release. And he throws underneath the coverage. 2.82. He said he would get rid of it early, and he certainly did. This time to Art Monk. Doug Evans with the tackle. Packers hold, and the Jets will kick it away, and the crowd reacts.
That's the good news, bad news. If you get it off in 2.82, Reggie and the defense don't get to you. But also, if you get rid of it in 2.82, your receivers don't have enough time to get down 18, 19, 20 yards and get you a first down.
Ryan Hansen will be kicking. Charles Jordan was the return man. He is the speedster for the Packers. And he moves up. A mistake, fumbles the ball, in reality muffs the ball, never had possession, a scramble for it. The Jets say that they have it. Let's see what the officials say.
Best to just let it go as you see it fading away. Tries to make a great shoe top catch, hits the hands, hits the knees, and it is gone. And that's how you recover a fumble.
Recover, muff, fumbled by the receiving team, recovered by the kickers. First down, New York.
And all that meant was it could not be advanced. It could be recovered, but it could not be advanced.
And it was Tunu Alapati who recovered the muff. And the Jets have the ball on the turnover. And let's check. That is the first turnover of the ball game. 42-yard line. Green Bay, first down, Jets. Play action. Pressure. Goes deep. Tries to buy it all. Going up and making the catch in the end zone. No, it is incomplete. Officials say it touched the ground. It was Rod Moore who went up for it. And if Boomer would have made the other choice to Art Monk, he would have had the touchdown because his defender fell down.
Well, the official from the front side called it a touchdown. From the back side, he could see the ball come out and get on the ground, call it incomplete. There's Art Monk wide open at the bottom after the ball was in the air. Watch Moore. Catches it, comes down. And what the officials are saying is the official on the back side, on the far side, is saying this ball came out one more time.
That's not a catch until he has both feet on the ground.
That was a very good call. That ball was coming out as he was heading to the ground.
So with that excitement, we'll bring the ball back to the 42-yard line. It is second down and 10.
Regardless, Boomer's getting the ball into the hands of the guy that can win this game for him.
Running attack is still not there. Brad Baxter trying to slip a couple of tackles and closed down by the Packers. Or was that Anderson?
Well, Anderson was running with the ball. Didn't get a whole lot of blocking, Charlie, but that was a whole lot of want to from Anderson because he had nothing but Packers in front of him. Watch how the penetration and the teamwork on defense. You've got Sean Jones, you have Bryce Pop. No one's making the tackle. And Anderson, just like he did on his long run in the first half, just won't stop until somebody puts at least two hats on him.
And the rain coming down. 5 carries, 64 yards in this ballgame. He had only 10 carries on the year and 5 receptions on the year coming into the game.
Understand a toss sweep on 3rd and 5 in this situation against a top-rated run defense. I know they've gotten some big plays, but with Reggie White and company out there, you have got to throw the ball against this defense.
And here it is.
Well, right at you. You're pulling out your tackle, Brown, but look at all the support. There's 3 jerseys of white, and there's 5 jerseys of green.
And it is 4th down and 5. The margin is 4. Inclement weather.
And you make somebody besides Rod Moore get this one if you're the Packers.
Pressure right up the middle, and he throws it is intercepted by Green Bay. Terrell Buckley with the interception. Buckley, who has been picked on and picked on and picked on, has the interception. The Packers have the ball. Come back. The interception. Green Bay has the ball just shy of their own 40-yard line, first down. And the open on the ground. Here's Reggie Cobb. And Cobb is about 8 yards. It'll be second down and short. Pat Terrell with the tackle. Let's go back to the interception.
That was a 2-part play. Watch George Kuntz and his job as a pressure blitzer inside, making Boomer throw it. And then the great job by Terrell Buckley anticipating the throw. Now, from the ground level, you'll see the break on the ball. Suddenly, the green jersey appears, the hands appear, and he steps right in front of Yarbrough to make that interception. That is team defense.
Second down and 2. Actually, it's a short two, about 1.5 yards for the first down. Try and plow it out. Reggie Cobb, 2 running plays close to the first down. Can Green Bay get conservative here with 10.5 to go?
The last thing Mike Holmgren and this offense can really do with their coordinator, Sherman Lewis, upstairs, is get conservative. You've done a good job throwing the ball, moving it around, mixing things up. Don't get predictable. Don't get conservative. If you do, you're going to give this game to the Jets because this Jets defense is going to find a way to make a play defensively and make you turn the ball over.
50-yard line, first down. first down. Anthony Morgan, who scored his first touchdown of the year earlier in the ballgame, has the reception.
Here's Anthony Morgan doing his best Sterling Sharp. This is the kind of route that Sharp runs, into a zone, finding the hole, and sitting. And as he sits, that ball is delivered perfectly on time, and Pat Terrell couldn't do anything about it.
And the Packers operating without Sterling Sharp, who is in the locker room with a full hamstring. Also without their fullback, Edgar Bennett, who is out with bothered with a bad knee to go along with a shoulder separation. So a bit short-handed. Cobb, the ball carrier, he's to the 35, and a flag is down. If it stands up, it'll go for a yard. And if it's holding, of course, it will cost him 10, and it's going to cost the Packers 10. Very costly penalty, coming with 9 minutes and 11 seconds left.
Well, you talk about don't get conservative. I think the worst mistake than getting conservative is being successful and making mistakes.
Holding. Offense number 76. 10-yard penalty. Repeat the down. First down.
Second time that Harry Galbraith has been flagged today.
And Brett Favre better settle the big guy down. He's pretty fired up. Right guard, 76, working against Casillas. Combination block with Winters. You know what that problem is? Casillas is doing such a good job of driving Galbraith back. And when Casillas went down to the ground there, Galbraith still had a hold. That might not be holding, but it's another case the officials see a defensive lineman going down like that, they assume holding.
And the official comes in from the side, and he is going to change the mark of the ball up closer to the 46-yard line. That's a good correction. It's 1st and 20.
That was one of those right foot, left foot spots. They put it on the right foot and moved it back to the left foot.
And the inside handoff to Reggie Cobb. And the Jets defense closed down on him. Jeff Lageman is there along with Marvin Jones. It'll be 2nd down and long.
You know, the good thing about the Jets defense and the style that they have is they don't have to do anything unusual to try to cause a turnover here and get the ball away from the Green Bay Packers. That is their style. Greg Robinson teaches these guys. Pete Carroll teaches these guys to hit hard enough and strip the ball and get it out. Plus, you've got an inexperienced running back in Levinson that we've been talking about, Charlie, who could cough this thing up if they hit him hard.
Fake to Cobb. He sets, he goes deep into double coverage and is cut off downfield. Anthony Morgan was shut off both inside and out by the Jet defender.
Remember the troubles earlier in the night, or earlier in the day, it seems like the night, that the Jets had with not enough support inside. Watch here as Turner has the outside, Pat Terrell has the inside, and there's nowhere to go. And Favre had to get rid of that ball because coming in late, one of those big defensive tackles, Tony Casillas.
Here at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, the Green Bay Packers are leading the Jets 14-10, just over 8 minutes to go in the ballgame. The pocket watch on the quarterback Favre, a little pump fake. Here's the screen right side. They haven't thrown the screen before. Here's Anthony Morgan. Morgan inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line, a couple of yards shy of the first down.
Anthony Morgan on the screen.
And it's going to be 4th down and maybe a yard and a half to go for the first down.
Well, the Green Bay Packers are one of the best screen teams in the NFL. Mike Holmgren's offense executed that perfectly. I think in this position, Mike Holmgren goes for it.
Meanwhile, the referee standing next to one of the captains of the Packers. They're going to take the rundown to 1 or 2 seconds left on the play clock, then stop the clock. They're taking as much time off as possible. Then they'll take the timeout here. And we'll step aside with the score, Green Bay 14 and the Jets 10. You don't want to miss the end of this one. Left in the ball game, and it is 4th down and 2. The Green Bay Packers have decided to go with a field goal attempt. This one from 46 yards away. Chris Jackie is the kicker, and he missed from 52 earlier in the ballgame.
3 important parts of this: the snap, the hold, and the left plant foot.
And he has the distance, and he's got it from 46 yards out. The margin is now 7 points.
And there's no doubt this ball will be drilled with a good snap, a good hold, plenty of height, and a little draw. 7-point game puts a lot of pressure on Boomer Esiason.
In the game are those lucky numbers for Boomer Esiason. 7:11 left. He wears a 7, and he is down by 7. Richie Anderson and Anthony Pryor, the deep backs.
The most important number for Boomer on this drive is 85, Rod Moore.
And here is Pryor from the 10 to the 20, the 25, up the middle, 30, around the 31, maybe the 32-yard line. Now for an NFL update, let's go to New York and Greg Gumbel.
All right, Charlie, at Mile High Stadium in Denver, watch Seattle's Chris Warren dance his way up the middle into the end zone, 23 yards and a touchdown. Seahawks have lost 5 in a row at Mile High. They're trying to do something about that tonight. It's a 10-10 tie, 8.5 to play, fourth quarter, Charlie.
But as everybody knows, that's a lot of time for John Elway, the miracle worker at Mile High. All right, so let's go to work.
The one thing John Elway and the Broncos haven't done is come back and beat somebody, though, Charlie.
Esiason into the left flat pass is complete to Johnny Mitchell, and Mitchell kind of takes everybody with him to the sideline. Terrell Buckley and Doug Evans there for Green Bay. That quiets the crowd. Second down and a couple to go for the first down.
At this time of the game, this really sets up a situation of really kind of a war of wills between the offensive and defensive lines. Boomer can complete the passes. Boomer can get him in the end zone, but the guys up front will let him.
Boomer sprints out to his left. He throws this one away. That may have been a blown play. I had a feeling that he was looking for Baxter, and Baxter wasn't there.
Well, you can tell by Boomer's lack of enthusiasm after this play that just possibly he wasn't supposed to be out there naked all by himself facing the pass rush.
I think that he was looking for Baxter to take the handoff.
Well, what he wasn't looking for was a face full of Sean Jones. He just got rid of that one.
Well, it's now third down and 2. 6:33 time remaining in the game. Packers lead by 7, 17-10. Again, Green Bay's record is 5-4. They chase Minnesota and the Bears, and we'll have a timeout to talk it over. The Jets record is also 5-4, and they are chasing Buffalo, and they're also chasing Miami, and we'll be back in a moment. Losing today, the Jets, if they come from behind to win this one, they pull within 1 game of the Dolphins.
It's very, very important. Remember, if they're going to be at any time tied with Buffalo, the Jets have those 2 wins against Buffalo this year. And Pete Carroll knows right here he's got to get the ball into the hands of his best skill guy, and his best skill guy is Rob Moore.
The handoff underneath to Anderson, and it's going to be close to the first down. As the Packers were blitzing, putting the pressure right up the middle. And the Jets countered with Anderson, and now the all-important measurement. And the change will come from the near side of the field.
Been very impressed by the will and the leg drive out of Richie Anderson today running the ball. It's been very impressive because he's gotten, you know, numerous times he's gotten 3-4 extra yards when really he's been hit and just dragged people.
Oh, this is close, but they have it. First down, New York Jets.
Well, let's take a look at about a half a ball's effort right here. That's what he got that first down by just 1/2 of that Wilson football, and that half a ball comes at the very end. He's going down, he drives through that little extra bit, gets him that first down.
Richie Anderson out of Penn State, his college team going to the Rose Bowl. They're having a truly tremendous year, still with a shot at the national title. Jets trailing by 7. Backside pressure, Boomer is pulled down, and that Pop got a fistful of jerseys.
Well, Pop forced Boomer to step up, and when Boomer stepped up, he stepped right into Sean Jones. Now, who do you give this sack to? Do you give it to Pop on the bottom of the screen with the pressure working against Dwayne White with the jersey? Or do you give that to Sean Jones, who gets all the full wood on Boomer as he steps up?
Oh, you split it. Give me each a half.
Well, defensive linemen aren't that democratic. I'm sorry, Charlie. They don't handle it quite like that. They'll argue over it.
A loss of 8. Second down and 18.
A sack to a two defensive linemen is like throwing a bone between 2 dogs. They're going to go after it and argue.
sets, throws. It is there. Johnny Mitchell, the tight end, and he is close to the first down.
Well, Johnny Mitchell's done a lot of blocking today and tonight, and what really he's gone through is not being ignored, sort of being taken away to a degree by the defenses. Hasn't had many plays, but when he's had them, they have been big. And just a job like we've seen from the Green Bay and New York receivers earlier. When you get in that hole of the zone, you sit down and face the quarterback.
And here are the stats on Johnny Mitchell.
And really, it's been a combination of things. One, it's been that defenses have not allowed him so much to catch the ball because he is a speed threat down the middle. You see it's going to be a first down for the Jets. I think the second part of this combination as far as his use or non-use for the Jets is Johnny Mitchell should be a redshirt senior at Nebraska worrying about winning an Orange Bowl right now. Johnny Mitchell needs to grow up a little bit within this system. He's protected by this system, I think, and he really needs to mature at a rapid rate or he's not going to be in New York much longer.
And you saw his free reception, and it is a first down. Green Bay 48-yard line. Just over 5 minutes to go. That could be an eternity for the Packers. Anderson again as he goes to the 41-yard line. That's a gain of 7. Second down and 3.
Have you noticed the air of confidence the Jets are running this offense with right now, Charlie? I mean, from Boomer, the way he's sort of walking and looking for the signals, the way Anderson's running, sort of that slow gait of the offensive line. They know what they want to do. They're a veteran group, and it's like they have that pregame list in front of them. They're just marching down the list, saying, check that one off at work. Check this one off at work. Have we gone to Rob Moore yet is my only question.
8 carries, 2 receptions, 84 yards total offense for Richie Anderson. Boomer, a little swing far side, and it's to Anderson, and he stretches out to the 41-yard line, so that's just the line of scrimmage where it's going to be third down, and George Kuntz and Leroy Butler make the tackle.
You know, with this combination of running and short passing, Boomer and Ray Sherman, the offensive coordinator, have negated really a pass rush and a defensive line that was being very disruptive. It's keeping the defensive line back on their heels.
Richie Anderson, who has done so much in this ball game, ranks 4th on the Nittany Lions all-time scoring list with 31 touchdowns.
Right now, he'd settle for 3 yards.
Boomer throws over the middle. It is Art Monk. He has the reception and the first down at the 28-yard line. Bruce Pop nails him.
Took a little shot in the ribs, you can see, after he catches this ball. But, you know, the zone defenses are designed in such a way that you have defenders near the ball. A good zone offense is designed so that your receivers know where to settle down, have that timing, and everything synchronized between your receivers and your quarterback. No one sat down in the zone like Art Monk has sat down in the zone.
2 minutes, 56 seconds and counting. Time remaining in the ball game. Jets driving. They are down by 7, and here is Anderson off of the left side. And he may get a yard, and that's going to be it. Second down and 9. Fred Strickland with the tackle.
You know, naturally, there's some degree of urgency for Pete Carroll and the New York Jets right here, but you know, as Mike Holmgren watches his defense, I don't think he either can feel any kind of panic or any real kind of press out of the New York offense. They're very confident. They know what they have to do, and they're going about it in a very businesslike manner.
The Jets with 2 timeouts remaining. The Packers have 1. And, of course, the 2-minute mark to work for you. Boomer sets, fires, and it is incomplete. And this one was behind his intended receiver. So now Boomer will face third down and 9. Rob Moore was the man that he threw behind. He had already made his break, and Doug Evans had picked him up.
There's 2 very key things in a passing situation like this where you're going to need basically 9.5, 10 yards. One, remember, you've watched the receivers of Boomer Esiason's offense set down time after time over the ball and in holes in zone. The second thing to remember here, remember the size mismatch. Evans and Buckley are not very tall cornerbacks. Get Rob Moore or another one of your receivers who's taller the ball over the top.
And Boomer sees a second left on the game clock.
We set the game clock, the play clock, to read 10 seconds. The play clock for 10 seconds.
will set up the pocket watch to see how much time Boomer has to throw here. He told us, remember, he always needs at least 3.5 seconds. And he said that's going to be tough to come by against this defense, in case you joined us late.
This is Reggie time.
And the pass is complete at the 20-yard line, just inside the 20. And it is Rob Moore. Look how quick he got rid of the ball. You know, he told us yesterday, he said, I'm not going to hang around. He wasn't kidding.
This is going to set up a huge 4th down play. Do you run or do you pass?
A yard. And last night, Boomer told us he's never been stopped with a quarterback sneak. Will he go with it here?
I think 4th and inches, big quarterback, big line. It's a great call. 4th and a couple of feet. It's extremely risky. I think you give it to a running back. If you had to choose, you've got a guy like a Baxter in there, you give it to him.
Richie Anderson, the remaining back. Pass is complete. It'll be a 1st down. It is Johnny Mitchell. Mitchell making a statement for the season in this ballgame.
What a great confidence builder on a play. I think everyone expects a run inside. Boomer throws one out. The motion player right there is Mitchell, is tied in. He's wide open because Teague just cannot go with the motion man and get over there fast enough.
1:35 and counting, time remaining in the game. Jets down by 7. 1st down. Boomer has protection. Goes for the end zone, and it is incomplete. Rob Moore, the intended receiver. Doug Evans picked him up and will bring it back to the 16-yard line. Be sure to stay with us. A reminder that following the game on most of these stations, it's an all-new Earth 2, followed by an all-new Sequest. Then Kevin Costner stars in the network television premiere of JFK. Viewers on the West Coast will see these shows starting at their regularly scheduled time. 1:22 left. Knocked away. Doug Evans knocks it away from the grasp of Rob Moore. It's 3rd down and 10.
Watch the contortionist act that Evans does, top of the screen, working on Moore. Sees the ball coming. Now watch his move his body all the way around. That's not pass interference. That's good, tight, aggressive defense. The crowd is chanting for Reggie. This is Reggie's kind of time. But if Boomer can get the protection,
to the remaining back. Pressure from the backside. Pass is complete to Monk, 8-yard line. He is still going to be a couple of yards shy of the 1st down, and we've got a timeout by the New York Jets. And they will now have 1 timeout remaining. We'll step aside for a moment. Don't go away. Just inside of 9 yards to go, about 8 3/4. For a touchdown.
And the great thing that Boomer has working in his favor is that nice call by Ray Sherman, the play action pass to Johnny Mitchell on the last big play on 4th down. It's got to go into the sort of the computer banks of the defense on that one. What that could open up, if they want to get brave with it, is a pass in the end zone back behind the motion receiver in the flat.
Goes to the left side with Moore outside of it.
More importantly, Charlie, a win here and a touchdown does more than wonders for the New York Jets.
Boomer throws. Rob Moore slipped as he made his cut to come back. The coverage by Doug Evans. It is incomplete, and the Packers take over on down.
We talked earlier about money players, and for Boomer Esiason, Rob Moore is his money receiver.
But this time it was Doug Evans who cashed the check.
You got to go to your guy you have the most faith in this situation. Watch the slip. Tight defense. Evans is actually the first one to start slipping, but you can see the divot right on the goal line. Rob Moore's feet came out from underneath him, and so do the Jets hope on this Sunday.
So Green Bay takes over at their own 9-yard line now, just running, needing to run a minute 4 off of the clock. The Jets can stop it one more time.
Joe, you got to take your hats off to this Green Bay defense, the job they've done, especially the cornerbacks. These cornerbacks have really done a wonderful job being outmanned physically.
And with this timeout, the employee owners of Avis salute the game's MVP, Doug Evans, who just made that last play for the Green Bay Packers, the winner of today's We Try Harder award.
He made that play. He made some other key plays, and he came back from earlier being burned by Rob Moore in the first half for a touchdown to play tough, tight, and physical on a guy that was a good 3-4 inches taller than him.
Avis, the official rental company of the NFL. And the eyes tell the story on the bench of the New York Jets. Next week, the Jets will be at Minnesota. And Green Bay kind of a tournament will be at Buffalo.
And it doesn't get any easier for the New York Jets. If you want to go against Reggie White and this defense one week, and then you turn around and go against Tony Dungy's defense in Minnesota, in the Thunderdome in Minneapolis, as loud as that place is, this offense has got to produce 17 to 20 points a game for this New York Jet team to win. They cannot do it with less than 2 touchdowns. Their defense won't hold a quality offense for enough.
And the Green Bay Packers, with a victory here, their record will go to 6-4. They'll be tied with Chicago as they all continue to chase Minnesota in the NFC Central. And we're just going to take the official countdown here. Green Bay jumped off to a 7-0 lead. Jets at halftime 10-7. Green Bay 14-10.
Little tussle there, Charlie. But remember, at 5-5, the Jets are only 2 games behind Miami. Miami lost again also today. Buffalo's got a big game tomorrow night with Pittsburgh. So the AFC East is far from over.
And the Jets have the tiebreaker over Buffalo for the wild card. It's a final. Green Bay 17 and the Jets 10 here at Lambeau Field.